flash though, the guy said.
Yeah, I'm just filming.
Okay, nothing.
Well, feed Wally and make some fries, so. I love it. That's fine. Estamos viendo.
Sí.
Pero míralo.
Uy, ¿qué soy tan...?
Mira, mira. Ahí está. He already knows it's eating time, right? He's moving a lot.
Okay, folks, I'm getting ready to feed Wally here. I'm going to ask everyone, please don't tap on that glass while I'm doing this, and no flash photography.
He already knows.
¿Y por qué?
Él sabe que es hora de comer.
¿Y por qué no flash?
Oh my god.
Down. Okay, as you can see, this is a very hungry 7-year-old American alligator. His name's Wally. Wally's about 6.5 feet right now. No flash, right?
No.
No flash off?
Yeah.
Okay, because he will get me if that flash goes off. That's the whole reason why, kids, you don't mess with alligators, because that's about the size of your hand right there. That's about the size of your hand. And if your hand got this close to an alligator, that's what happens to it. Gone. That quick. Wally has about 65 teeth in his mouth, and he's going to grow about 2,500 teeth. You kids have to remember that alligators are very, very fast, because you kids can only run about 3 miles an hour. Your parents can only run about 7 miles an hour. Olympic athletes can only run about 13 to 15 miles an hour. Wally can run 22 to 25 miles per hour. You cannot outrun an alligator, but you can outsmart them by running like a snake. If you run in a zigzag like a snake, the alligator will stop chasing you. So remember that when you go home, pretend you're being chased by Wally and run like a snake. And practice that. That'll always save your life if you're ever chased by an alligator or a crocodile.
I think I'm alright.
That's close there, Wally. Wally's going to be a very large alligator, one of the largest American alligators, like his father's, one of the largest alligators in the United States. Wally's also going to be about 14, 15 feet long, over probably about 1,000 pounds. Wally's over 200 pounds right now.
Ah, 200 libras, así como está.
¿De dónde?
They're real bird, Mommy.
Come on, get up here, Lacey. You don't ever want to get that close to an alligator. They are dangerous, they are deadly. An alligator this size can easily kill a child and can also kill an adult at this age. They grab you, they drag you in the water, and they spin you in circles until you drown. And then they eat you. The good thing about alligators is alligators generally will not attack anything that they can't swallow whole. So if they can't swallow you, they generally will not attack you. But a crocodile will attack you no matter how big or small you are. They will attack you just to kill you. Alligators only attack and kill to eat. Adult alligators, big alligators, only eat about 12 times a year. Wally eats about 2 times a week right now.
No.
And in the wintertime, he only eats once a week. Is that good? Even though he is my pet, he is my alligator, or you shouldn't call him a pet because it's not really a pet, he is very, very dangerous and he would bite me if he had the chance. So it doesn't matter, no matter how big this alligator gets, his brain's not going to get any bigger than like a little walnut. Kind of like my first wife. Wally's been a little lazy today. Normally he's up here jumping a little more. And I think he'll eat everything until it's gone. Like I said, you never ever want to get this close to an alligator because however long an alligator is how fast and how long they can jump. Wally's over 6 feet. Wally can jump 6 feet very quickly. This past year, right at the beginning of the summer, Wally came through the window here and hit me in my shoulder, knocked me back, and landed on top of me. He tried to have me for dinner. Luckily, I'm faster and bigger than him. But I have had close calls with Wally. People ask if Wally would bit me. Wally's bit me probably 3 times. Twice really good. He put 27 holes in my head about 2 years ago. He grabbed my head, and he grabbed my foot at Thanksgiving. Made me limp around for a few days, so I thought he broke my foot. His jaw pressure has about 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, and that's enough to crush any bone that we have in our bodies. He will have, within the next 2 years, about 3,000 pounds of jaw pressure, and as an adult, he will have up to 5,000 pounds of jaw pressure per square inch. And you think about, well, what's 5,000 pounds like? Well, that would be like your parents picking their car up and dropping it on your head. That's about the amount of pressure an alligator has in its mouth. So if it grabs your little head and bites down, gone. So remember, you stay away from alligators. If you're down visiting Mickey Mouse in Florida and you see an alligator, you stay away from that alligator. If you're caught approaching an alligator in the wild, feeding an alligator, or throwing rocks at an alligator, or doing anything malicious to an alligator at all, including feeding it, it is an automatic $5,000 fine now and 24 hours in jail. If it's a child that gets caught doing it, the parent will serve the 24 hours in jail. Florida and Georgia now have what's called the zero tolerance on molestation of an alligator, and that's because just by feeding an alligator or approach it, they will arrest you and they will put you in jail now, because it's very, very dangerous. If they see you feed an alligator, they pull that alligator out of the water and they destroy him. He loses his life because you fed him, and that's not really fair to the animal. But unfortunately, once you feed an alligator, it's like a kitty cat. It just keeps coming back for more. One more. One more. Oh, that was pretty close, Wally. Wally's a lot like a dog. He needs to know that there is no food left on his plate. If Wally thinks there's still food, he will be here tomorrow morning when I come in. So we show Wally that there's no food on his plate. Say, no food. Say, nothing on the ground. Okay? Good boy. And this is one thing you never, ever, ever do. So when you go home tonight, remember, don't pet your alligator. Okay? When you go home tonight, you see your alligator, don't pet it, leave it alone. Okay? They don't really like being pet. They're not like a dog or anything. Wally's letting me pet him right now, but he doesn't like it. If I was to move my hand away from him very slowly, he would grab me before I would have a chance to react. So I'm actually holding him down right now, putting a little pressure on the back of his head, and rubbing between his eyes so that way he knows it's me and I'm not here to hurt him. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Oh, yeah, it's grabbed you behind the ears. Oh, that's a good out. So you remember, for all you parents out there, I do pay $10 for a child, because Wally's still hungry. So if you have any kids that are bad and don't want to clean their room tonight when they go home, you just bring them back here tomorrow and we'll feed them to Wally, okay?
Okay.
So make sure the kids are good and they clean their room. If not, bring them back here. We'll just take the
Mañana te
shoes
traigo
off
si no
and
limpio el
toss them in,
cuarto hoy.
okay? That's the
Para que te
deal.
coma Wally.
Okay, thank you.
Y él se queda